Hello and howdy there, folks. A couple days ago, I saw the remake of Evil Dead, and I enjoyed it. I'm a huge Evil Dead fan, so I expected to like it. I didn't think it was phenomenal. I certainly didn't think it was better than the original, and I'm not quite sure about the tagline of the most terrifying film I will ever see, but I definitely had a good time in the theater, and anything to, pay homage to Evil Dead or continue the Evil Dead storyline, the franchise, I have to be about, I'll go ahead and give it a 7. I didn't think it was, phenomenal. I definitely had a great time in the theater. It was, great to watch it with a crowd. In general, I don't think that it pushed the boundaries too much of the genre, as the original Evil Dead did. That is practically genre defining, and I think this remake does not escape the shadow of its, ancestor. It's really good looking. I mean, it's incredibly well made. It looks really good. The music's good. The special effects are tremendous. It works really well, technically. It's basically about, it doesn't really change too much the story of Evil Dead. It's a group of friends going to a cabin in the woods, this time to help a friend get sober, kick the habit of what, I'm not entirely sure, I guess heroin. I don't really know if they say. She just needs a fix. And a book is found that this time is wrapped in barbed wire, and everyone's trying to keep people out of this book, and of course they get into the book, and it makes demons come, maybe not even demons, it's just an unnamed evil, ancient evil, come back and possess everyone one by one, leaving only one person to fend off the ancient evil. There's tons of references to the original Evil Dead. I enjoyed it thoroughly. I mean, that's one of the great things I loved about this film, just how it referenced Evil Dead. Again, it was a remake, but yet it lifted lines of dialogue. There were just obvious references throughout, so I enjoyed that. It just seemed to be another kind of horror movie that was just done really well, looked really good. Things just kind of happen. People obey or act in a unnatural in terms of survival. They just make decisions that you wouldn't make in any kind of real situation. So I also thought it kind of could have used a little bit more humor. There were some humorous moments. I did laugh plenty. Some of that was like nervous laughing at how gory and outrageous it was. But there's just lots of pleasure to be had from this film. But I thought it could have used just a more obvious sense of humor, because Evil Dead definitely had that. I definitely want to talk about Jane Levy. Jane Levy. I'm pretty sure I have that name right. She's, for all intents and purposes, Ash here. Ash is slightly divided up into a few characters here, but she's the lone survivor, I suppose. So she mostly resembles Ash. I think she delivers a fantastic performance. I would go so far as to call it a tour de force performance. I was kind of amazed by her. She had to do everything. You know, she starts off as a sweet girl. You know, turns out that she's the reason they're at the cabin, to get her kicked off, or, you know, kick the habit of whatever drug she's addicted to. So we see her going through withdrawals, you know, just, you know, through, you know, that standard human discomfort. Then we see her possessed by the evil, and she is a demon and commits bodily harm to herself. And then she becomes, you know, the heroine. She beats the evil within and is able to come back from that and basically, well, save her own ass, you know, at least. I thought she was fantastic. You know, it was amazing. Well, that's a strong word. I would go back to see this film just to see her performance. I was very surprised. You know, maybe not amazed. That's a very strong word, but I was very surprised at how much I enjoyed her performance. It was fantastic. And I can't wait to see, you know, more of her. I actually came home and looked her up to see what else she's been in, and mostly she's been on television. But I think this is a star-making turn for her. She was just fantastic. All the acting was good. I just say that she had the most to do, and she was committed 100% at all times. So it was just really impressive. I can't remember the other names of the actors. I didn't really recognize anyone in the film. Well, there was one name. Poochie? Poosie? Lou Taylor Poochie? I think it was his name. I did recognize that name. I don't know where from. But I recognized his name. But I didn't really know any of the cast members, and I thought all the acting was fine, you know, especially for the genre. It was all good genre acting. Directed by Fede Alvarez. I think this is his first feature-length film. I think he's made some shorts, which is how Raimi found him. This was produced by the producers of the original Evil Dead. You've got, who was it? Not Tibbert. I've forgotten his name. Raimi's in there, and Bruce Campbell, and gosh, I can't think of that other guy's name. But he's there, and there's a lot other, you know, executive producers and co-producers, but as long as you have those three guys, you know, in control, you know, I think it's in safe hands. It's in safe hands. And they found Fede Alvarez. I think he had only done some short films. He had some ideas about a reboot for Evil Dead, and they guided him and made this film. I think he's done a really good job. He's definitely made probably the best horror film of the year. I really, maybe I haven't seen that much, but I haven't seen a better horror movie in a while. So that's good. I think I kind of want to talk about, but then I don't want to talk about after the credits. Hopefully you stay after the credits. I tend to stay after the credits for all the films I see, no matter what. I'm finding that usually I'm rewarded for that. Here, it was the biggest what? That's exactly what I said, you know, when it happened. Again, I don't know what it means, and I don't want to say what happens just because I feel it's a spoiler in a way. But it definitely confused me, you know. It was, I said what? You know, a couple times during the movie, but none was more pronounced than at the very end after the credits, when we see the icon of the Evil Dead franchise. So that was very surprising to me, and I'm not sure what it meant. You know, they just kept on saying, like, he is coming. He is coming. And I'm wondering if, for the sequel, which has already been greenlit, if he who is coming is Ash. You know, and I don't know if it's just going to be played by Bruce Campbell, and, you know, not have it be Ash, but have it be the demon, you know, that's referenced in the Book of the Dead, and maybe just played by Bruce Campbell, or will the he be Ash, and maybe Ash will be the demon that's been trapped by the Book of the Dead? My mind's already, you know, spinning. Basically, the end of the credits just kind of confused me, and really just makes me wonder what they're going to do. I thought that they were going to do another Evil Dead, you know, just for Ash, you know, directed by Raimi. I don't know what they're going to do. As long as they just do something with Evil Dead in the title, you know, I'm going to participate. I think I've really said everything. It's just a solid 7 for me. It was a good time in the theater. You know, a great horror film. Good performances. Well directed. Great special effects. Tremendous performance by the lead, Jane Levy. I guess the only reason I'm not giving it higher than a 7 is just it was a horror movie that I felt like I had seen, you know, plenty of times before. I didn't think there was anything, you know, really new or genre bending. Definitely gorgeously photographed, but in terms of story, nothing boundary pushing. And, you know, just it. Again, solid 7. I don't think I can really justify it any other way than that. It's just a good, solid 7. Good time in the theater, and I'll definitely rent this movie again. You know, I'll rent it. But I don't feel the need to, you know, get out and see it in the theater again, which is kind of the cutoff between a 7 and an 8 for me. So there you go. So that's Evil Dead, the 2013 remake, and I give it a solid 7. Thank you very much.